Hello, my name is Nico Kunstmann. I'm one of Python's icalendar package maintainers, and today I want to show you how you can create an event in a calendar file programmatically so that you can share it or import it into your own calendar. So let's jump right in. We want to create a calendar that has an event in it. So create a new file, new. This is a Python file, and now we need to install the software, pip install icalendar. Inside the Python file, we have to create a calendar and we have to create an event. So let's start by importing all the classes that we need. We also need time information. And we also want to save things to the file system, so we need files. So let's create a calendar. A calendar needs to have certain information in it. It needs the version and the product ID. And that could be any string. So let's continue by creating an event. So I'll go through all the important attributes here again. The event needs a UID, and it is recommended that you use a UUID for that one. We just use a random UUID number for. Then the event is actually started at a certain time. We've got a getter and setter here, so we can make that really easy. And let's say it was started, or it will start in the future in 1 year at 12 o'clock. Let's say at 12:30. And yeah, and then we want also to add a time zone, because I am somewhere in the world where other people are not, and I want them to actually know what time it is in my place. So we use the info library for that. And I am in this time zone. You will find your own time zones likely on your computer. So now we have created an event with a start and a certain UUID. There's another attribute that's important. Let's see. Oh, we've got DTSTAMP. Nice one. UTC now. Oh, that's not recommended to use anymore. We now have created an event, and people still don't know what happens at the event, so let's give the event a summary. This event should be complete now, and we can add this to the calendar. yeah, there's a little mistake here. Let's do it like that. And then we write the calendar file to our file system. Now we successfully export the event, but one thing is important to do is to add the time zone information that people who open it on their device, they also have all the time zones if they don't have them personally. For example, if they're on another device that does not have the same time zone database as we have. And then they will still see the event happening in the right time. Let's see if the program runs. That's created an event here. Let's have a look inside. So we see we've got a calendar with all our things set. And then we've got the event. And it starts and it ends with our start, with our stamp, with the UUID, and with the summary. And then the time zone information is added to the end of the file. So with a relatively small amount of code, we have created a Python program which creates an event in a calendar. This calendar file can be now imported into various different software, for example, Thunderbird for emailing, in your own calendar program, but maybe you also want to show it on a website with the Open Web Calendar. So lots is possible. Why is this important? Calendar files can be sent to people for invitations. They can also show you what's going on, for example, with your Internet of Things device, and a lot of it comes down to a few lines of code that you can write yourself to make your automation export calendars.